Hi everybody, welcome back. The last class we were discussing about the contact between statistics and thermodynamics. How the statistical mechanics is related with the thermodynamics. For that we considered two systems A1 and A2. A1 having number of particles N1, volume V1, energy E1, and system A2 having number of particles N2, volume V2 and energy E2. And they were put into thermal contact with each other so that they can exchange energy. Okay, they can exchange only energy. The number of particles, volume are fixed because this is a immovable, rigid wall separating the two systems. Then we saw in the A1 has omega 1 number of microstates accessible to it, and A2 has omega 2 number of possible microstates to it. And when the two systems are put into thermal contact with each other, we know their energies can vary, but their total energy is fixed. Total energy is E0 equal to E1 plus E2, that is a constant. Okay, because the combined system, the composite system is isolated from the surroundings. So the total energy is constant, E1 plus E2 is a constant. And at any time, the composite system is equally likely to be in any one of the microstates, omega 1 E1 into omega 2 E2, where omega 1 E1 is the number of microstates corresponding to the system A1. And omega 2 E2 is the number of microstates for the system A2. So omega 1 into omega 2, that is the number of possible states of the composite or the combined system. So which is written as omega 1 E1 into omega 2 E0 minus E1. Okay, because E2 is E0 minus E1. That we know. Then we state an important result. A physical system, this is a naturally observed one, a physical system which is left to itself will change its macro state in such a way that the total number of microstates corresponding to that macro state increasing. It is increasing. Okay. So it naturally proceeds in a direction such that the number of microstates corresponding to the macrostate is continuously increasing. And finally, it settles down in a macrostate which has the largest possible number of microstates, and that number of microstates corresponding to the largest possible number of microstates is orders of magnitude greater than the macrostates which slightly departs or slightly changes from this most probable macrostate. Okay, so this most probable macrostate is the equilibrium state of the system, because the system finally, we know a system which is left to itself will finally settle down to the equilibrium state, and most probable state has the maximum number of microstates. So equilibrium state will correspond to the most probable state. Okay, so this is an important result that we always use in the statistical mechanics or the analysis of systems in statistical mechanics. Now suppose that E1 bar is the equilibrium value of the energy. Okay, the state of the composite system achieved, which has the maximum possible number of microstates, which is called the most probable state. This is also the equilibrium state of the system, composite system. The energy E1 is E1 bar, and in energy E2, the equilibrium value is E2 bar. So what we are going to do is we are maximizing omega of 0. Omega of 0, the number of microstates corresponding to the most probable state, and we are maximizing it. So we are differentiating this with respect to energy E1. We are taking E1 as the independent variable. So we are differentiating this with respect to E1. And we know we have to apply the product rule, because we have omega 1 E1 into omega 2 E2, and this E2 actually depends on E1, because E2 cannot independently vary, it depends on E1. So as we take the as we partially differentiate with respect to E1, the first term will be dou omega 1 dou E1 into omega 2 of E2, and since we are considering the equilibrium, we have E1 equal to E1 bar, and omega 2 of E2 is E2 bar, E2 is E2 bar, and then omega 1 of E1 bar into dou omega 2 dou E2. Okay, we are partially differentiating this with respect to E2, and since we are differentiating with respect to E1, we are taking dou E2 and dou E1. Okay, so here the energies are all E1 bar, E2 bar, and this partial differentials are at E1 equal to E1 bar and E2 equal to E2 bar. So we are considering the equilibrium condition, we are maximizing it. Since this is maximum, the first order derivative, that will be equal to 0. Okay, and we know E0, the total energy of the composite system, sum of the energies of the individual systems, that is a constant. So as we differentiate this with respect to E1, I will have 1 dou E2 by dou E1, that is equal to 0, or dou E2 by dou E1, that is equal to minus 1. So that I substitute here. So here I have this dou E2 by dou E1, for that I am giving minus 1. So I have this dou omega 1 E1 dou E1, E1 equal to E1 bar, omega 2 E2 bar, that is equal to this. I am taking the second term to the other side. Okay, so this can be written like this. I am bringing this omega 1 E1 here and this omega 2 E2 here. So on the left hand side I have omega 1 and omega, the differential of the partial derivative of omega 1 with respect to E1, and here I have omega 2 and partial derivative of omega 2 with respect to E2. Okay, so our equation now becomes like this. This can be written in the logarithm form. So if I take log omega 1 E1 here, as I differentiate, you know, since this is log, I will have 1 by omega 1 E1 bar here, okay, and dou omega 1 E. So this thing can be written as the partial derivative of log omega 1, okay, and this thing can be written as the partial derivative of log omega 2 with respect to E2. Okay, so now we are going to define a quantity beta. Beta is this. What is beta? Dou by dou E of log omega. Dou by dou E of log omega, that is beta. And we saw this is the condition. This is the condition for the two systems to be in equilibrium. Okay, the composite system to be in equilibrium. This I can write in terms of beta. Here I have beta 1 corresponding to the first system, and here I have beta 2 corresponding to the second system. So the equilibrium is obtained when beta 1 equal to beta 2. So in terms of the newly defined quantity beta, I can say the two systems will be in equilibrium when beta 1 is equal to beta 2, or beta is a constant for the system to be in thermal equilibrium. Thermodynamically speaking, okay, in this, so far we were talking in terms of statistical mechanics. Thermodynamically, when two systems are put into thermal contact, there will be exchange of energy between them, and they will be in equilibrium when the temperatures are equal. That you have studied in thermodynamics. If you have two systems and if they are brought into thermal contact, there will be exchange of energy between the two systems, and finally they will be in equilibrium, and in equilibrium the temperatures of the two systems will be equal. So this is a result that we get from the thermodynamics. So the temperatures of the two systems will be equal, T1 equal to T2. So statistically, when two systems are put into thermal contact, they will be in equilibrium when beta 1 is equal to beta 2. Thermodynamically, when two systems are in thermal contact, they will be in equilibrium when their temperatures are equal. So we naturally expect that beta is somehow related to the temperature of the system. Okay, beta is somehow related to the temperature of the system. To explore this relationship, we recall the thermodynamic formula, dou S by dou E equal to 1 by T. So we have this formula, dou S by dou E equal to 1 by T, where dou S by dou E, the partial derivative is taken keeping number of particles and volume constant. So this is a formula we obtained from the thermodynamics, where this S, we know that is entropy of the system. So we are comparing two equations. This is equation B, this one is equation B, and equation A, this is equation A. Okay, this is equation A, and we are comparing this and keeping in mind that the two systems are in equilibrium. Statistically, beta 1 equal to beta 2, thermodynamically T1 equal to T2. Okay, so comparing these two equations, we write that dou S by dou E, equation B, and dou log omega by dou E, equation A. So that is equal to 1 by beta T. Okay, dou S by dou E divided by dou log omega by dou E, that is equal to 1 by beta T, that is a constant. Okay, that is a constant that we say. And since here both numerator and denominator have the partial derivative with respect to energy, I can write this dou S as delta S here, and this dou log omega as delta log omega, that is equal to 1 by beta T, that is a constant. Okay, that is a constant. So this was first discovered or first considered by Boltzmann. Okay, so from this relation, Boltzmann wrote, here we have delta S, here we have delta log omega, that is equal to a constant. That constant is 1 by beta T. Okay, so this was first established by Boltzmann, and he wrote a relation S equal to K log omega. Okay, entropy equal to K log omega, where K is universal constant, which is called the Boltzmann constant. Okay, so this equation actually gives the entropy, which is a thermodynamic quantity, from the omega, which is a statistical mechanics quantity. So entropy of a system, that is related to the absolute value of entropy of a given system is written, or it is related to the number of microstates accessible to the system. So this is a fundamental equation that we use in the statistical mechanics. The entropy can be obtained from the number of microstates. On the right hand side we have the number of microstates, and on the left hand side we have the entropy. So this is equal to K log omega, where K is a universal constant, the Boltzmann constant. So this is a fundamental equation that we use in statistical mechanics.